We've been given some information about a rectangle. We know that the perimeter of this rectangle is 112 units, and we're being asked to find the length of side VW. So this side right here. It says, write your answer without variables. So we need to solve for y. Now, the perimeter is equal to 2 times the width of the rectangle multiplied by the length of the rectangle. A rectangle has 2 sides with the same width, 2 sides with the same length. Now, oh, excuse me, I made a mistake. I think I said it correctly, but I didn't write it correctly, and that's 2 times L. So we've got 2 widths plus 2 length is equal to the perimeter of the rectangle. Now, we know that the perimeter is equal to 112, and we know that the side XW is equal to 5y minus 1, and we know that the side VW is equal to 4y plus 3. Now we're going to multiply out the brackets, and we end up with 10y minus 2 plus 8y plus 6, and that whole thing is equal to 112. Now, combining like terms, I'm going to have 18y plus 4, and that's like minus 4 off both sides. We've got 108 is equal to 18y. Now I know that y is going to end up being equal to 108 over 18. What can we do with that? Well, they're both even, numerator and denominator, so I'm just going to divide both by 2. Now I've got 54 over 9. And when I divide 54 over 9, I notice that 54 is equal to 9 times 6. And so I can rewrite this as 6. So we've got y is equal to 6. Now, what's the length of VW? It's going to be equal to 4y plus 3, which means it must be equal to 4 times 6 plus 3, which means it's equal to 24 plus 3, or 27. So the length of the side VW is equal to 27. Now let's go into ALEK and see if we've got the right answer. Here we are in ALEK. Here's the question we were looking at. All I have to do is type in 27, and I will click the check button, and we got the right answer. So we just have to remember what a rectangle, the properties of a rectangle, and we can manipulate the equation to find out the length of one side. Pythagorean Theorem. So we do use this in economics. We often use this in undergraduate economics when we're trying to simplify social welfare calculations. You probably have no idea what that means, but you're probably going to come across the Pythagorean theorem in your microeconomics class. Also possibly in your econometrics class, where you can use a geometric approach to statistical analysis. So let's take a look. What is Pythagorean theorem? It really just says that the first short side of the triangle squared plus the other short side squared is equal to the long side, or the hypotenuse squared. So an easier way to remember it is the short side squared plus the short side squared is equal to the long side squared. Now let's take a look at a problem. So we've got a Pythagorean theorem here. We've got a right triangle, and we're being asked to find the side length x. So we know that the long side squared is equal to the short side squared plus the other short side squared. Multiply this out, we get 100 is equal to 64 plus x squared. X squared is equal to 36, and x is equal to 6. Here's another question with triangles. So we're being asked to find the area of the triangle below. Well, if I draw a triangle like that, notice that it's half the area of a rectangle. It's half the area of a rectangle. And so the formula here for the area of a triangle is just 1/2 times the base times the height. Or similarly to with Pythagorean theorem, it's 1/2 the first short side times the second short side. And we don't need the hypotenuse to get the area of the rectangle. So what is the area of this rectangle? Well, it's going to be 1/2 times 12 times 16. And if I want to calculate this without a calculator, I could rewrite it as 12 times 8. I'll make the largest number a little bit smaller. And if I wanted to fully factor this thing out, I could have 3 times 4 times 4 times 2. And maybe I'll go 3 times 4, that gives me 12. 4 12s, that's 48. 48 times 2, the area of this rectangle is 96. Our last problem, we'll look at the angle measure of a triangle. And very simply, all triangles angles sum to 180 degrees. And so that makes answering this problem really quite simple. If we want to know what this x value is, the angle of this corner up here, it's going to be equal to x plus 68 degrees plus 30 degrees. It's going to be equal to 180 degrees. And so x is just going to be equal to 82 degrees. Angles, not something we use very much in economics, but if you're interested, here's a start for you with some of the problems in the ALEK geometry module.